Coco Gauff had the perfect start. Elena Rybakina looked vulnerable. But then everything changed. What started as a promising night for the American superstar turned into an incredible comeback story for Kazakhstan's Elena Rybakina. Rybakina dropped the opening set 7-5, but instead of losing confidence, she completely changed the momentum of the match. She stormed back to win the second set 6-2, continued her dominance in the deciding set, and eventually defeated Gauff 5-7, 6-2, 6-2 to reach the Canadian Open final. And this wasn't just another three-set victory. This was another comeback in a tournament where Rybakina has repeatedly been forced to fight from difficult positions. Just one round earlier, she had already come back from a set and a breakdown against Naomi Osaka. Now she has done it again. But this time, the opponent was none other than Coco Gauff. So what happened after Gauff won that first set? How did Rybakina completely turn the match around? And can Elena now go all the way and lift the Canadian Open trophy? Let's break down this incredible semifinal. Tennis, the semifinal everyone was waiting for. Coming into this match, the spotlight was firmly on two of the biggest stars in women's tennis. On one side was Coco Gauff, the American fourth seed and reigning U.S. Open champion. On the other side was Elena Rybakina, the second seed from Kazakhstan and one of the most dangerous hardcourt players on the WTA Tour. The matchup had an interesting storyline even before the first ball was hit. Gauff had won their only previous meeting in Toronto, back in 2022. So Rybakina wasn't just fighting for a place in the final. She was also looking to even the score against Gauff. And from the opening games, it was obvious that neither player was going to give anything away easily. Coco Gauff starts strong. Coco Gauff came into the semifinal with confidence. She had reached the last four without needing to play her quarterfinal match after Belinda Bencic withdrew because of a hip injury. That meant Gauff entered the semifinal physically fresher, while Rybakina had already gone through another demanding three-set battle against Naomi Osaka. But early in the match, Rybakina didn't seem intimidated. Her powerful serve immediately put pressure on Gauff. Her ground strokes were aggressive, and she was looking to shorten rallies whenever possible. Gauff, however, had an answer. She used her movement and defensive skills to extend points and force Rybakina into uncomfortable positions. The American wasn't simply trying to overpower Rybakina. She was making Elena work for every point. Fire the first set becomes a battle. As the first set progressed, the tension continued to build. Every service game became important. Every breakpoint opportunity felt massive. And neither player wanted to give the other any easy momentum. Rybakina had opportunities to take control, but Gauff continued fighting. The American's ability to stay composed during long rallies became a major factor. Eventually, Gauff managed to edge the opening set 7-5. And suddenly, the situation looked very different. Coco was just one set away from the Canadian Open final. Rybakina had lost the first set. The crowd was watching closely. And the question was simple. Could Elena Rybakina fight back once again? The answer was about to be a huge yes. Then Rybakina changed everything. The second set was where this match completely turned around. Rybakina came out with a different level of aggression. Instead of allowing Gauff to dictate the rallies, Elena began taking control earlier in points. Her serve became a major weapon. Her first strike tennis started working. And suddenly, Gauff was spending more time defending. This was exactly the type of tennis Rybakina wanted. The Kazakh star started putting pressure on Gauff's service games and creating more opportunities to attack. The momentum that belonged to Coco in the first set was disappearing. Game by game, point by point, Rybakina was taking over. 6-2. Rybakina levels the match. The second set ended 6-2 in favor of Rybakina. And suddenly, the semifinal was completely different. Gauff had won the first set, but Rybakina had now won the second. Everything came down to one final set. And this was where mental strength was going to matter just as much as power. For Gauff, the challenge was to stop Rybakina's momentum. For Rybakina, the goal was simple. Don't let Coco back into the match. And Elena didn't. The deciding set. The third set started with both players knowing exactly what was at stake. One bad game could change everything. One loose service game could send the match in the opposite direction. But Rybakina continued playing aggressively. She wasn't waiting for Gauff to make mistakes. She was creating pressure herself. Her powerful baseline shots kept pushing Coco farther behind the baseline, while her serve helped her protect her own games. Gauff kept fighting. She tried to extend rallies. She tried to find openings. But Rybakina was now playing with enormous confidence. The second set comeback had completely changed the psychology of the match. Fire the big question. After coming back against Osaka, after coming back against Gauff, can Elena Rybakina complete the ultimate Canadian Open run? Can she defeat Iga Swiatek and become champion? Or will Swiatek once again find a way to stop her? One thing is certain. This final is going to be must-watch tennis. Elena Rybakina has done it again. She lost the opening set to Coco Gauff 7-5, but instead of collapsing under pressure, she completely transformed the match. She won the second set 6-2. She dominated the deciding set 6-2. And just like that, Rybakina is heading to the Canadian Open final. Fire Kazakhstan. But now comes the biggest challenge. Iga Swiatek is waiting. And with the head-to-head tied at 6 wins apiece, there is absolutely no shortage of drama heading into this final. So tell us what you think. Can Elena Rybakina defeat Iga Swiatek and win the Canadian Open title? Or will Swiatek stop Rybakina's incredible comeback run? And what did you think of Coco Gauff's performance against Rybakina? Let us know your prediction in the comments. If you enjoyed this tennis update, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the latest WTA news, match results, reactions, and breaking tennis stories. Rybakina came back. Gauff fought hard. And now the Canadian Open title is just one match away. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.